Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to techntorq. Today I'm going to show you how to do the initial setup of a Poco phone. This should work in Poco phones, Redmi, MI phones. You might already know these all brands come under the MI brand. I mean, it should be applicable for any phone which is pretty much running on the MIUI OS. MI phones are terribly infamous about their placement of ads in their operating system. You would find ads almost anywhere. So if you're interested in blocking the ads, stay tuned. Also, this is going to include a couple of other things such as dark mode, tips for ease of access, and a couple of other things. So these are basically the things which I do before I start using any MI phone, which I think would help you as well. Let's get started right away. Now, if you're watching this channel for the first time, consider subscribing, which would be fantastic. Let's get into the UI. Here, the first things first. Let's set up the dark mode, which is here in the drawer. Also, there is a setting to change this automatically. So I'd like to set this scheduled. Okay, so this is pretty good. So this dark mode will automatically start at 7 p.m. and then end at 7 a.m., which is good. So this is not an AMOLED screen on this phone, so there won't be a power saving effect from the dark mode, but still it's good for the eyes. I don't want dark mode for the day, so I want it open in the evening and end by the morning. So this is pretty good. Now, again on display there is reading mode, which is also for the evening. That also I want to schedule with a good night's read. So this will switch to reading mode after sunset. So this reading mode is basically, it removes the blue color effect from the display. It reduces the blue. The blue light usually emits by the displays tricks your eye into not sleeping at night. So here it is useful to enable the reading mode. There the display will automatically reduce the blue emissions. So here it needs access to the location to determine switching to sunset automatically. So I would prefer that. So let's go to settings and give it a location access. Also, you can do a custom period where if you can select by 7 p.m. and then 7 a.m. it should work pretty fine. And this is adjust bar is for how much blue you want. Okay, so this will switch to reading mode after sunset. So I want this to be the normal mode during the daytime. Now let's get into the camera. Now if you take a picture, there is that ugly watermark from Poco. I don't like this, so let's remove that in settings. Go to settings and then watermark, and device watermark turn off. Now let's see. Okay. Yeah, now that's gone, which is pretty good. I like that. This is the Poco UI, which is a bit different from the normal MIUI screen, which is you have the apps, all of them here, and then it is, classified automatically according to the category, which is good. So you can arrange apps in that. Another nonsense from MI is their bloatwares in their operating system. This is how MI makes money. That's understandable, but there's too much of them. So let's try to remove these silly games. Promoted apps, no recommendations. They're trying to load some ads there, but it is not coming right now. This is crazy about MI. Anyways, let's get rid of these apps. Now the Facebook comes preloaded. Go to tools. Alright, the tools, these would be the system apps, so they won't be able to remove. Anyways, I'll try to remove the services. Okay, there is no uninstall, so that's not removable. Get apps is something which you need to remove, but they don't allow that. Now let's check the apps. Communication, they seems to be just okay. Zilly, I don't know what is that. Just uninstall that. YouTube Music is loaded. MI browser is something I'd like to replace with Firefox. Okay, so that looks it about the apps. Once you connect it to the internet, now they started completing the initial setup. Now the apps also should start popping up. So if I click on more apps, See, the promoted apps is loading and no recommendation. What happened there? Something should come up. Anyways, let's go to File Manager and go to Settings. There is a dark mode for this, which is good. Turn it on and then Settings. And there is, oh, yeah, under About there is Recommendations. Turn off that. Similarly, for every MI app, this would be there. Get Recommendations option. If you turn off, that is some sort of relief. Now go to MI Video. Okay, alright. Now MI Video may need some internet if you want any suggestions from them. I don't want, so I'll just take off the internet permission for that. So I'll take off the recommendations. Alright, so that's good for a start. Now let's try the Chrome browser and search for something from the feed. So that is an ad box and it will be loaded. Okay, it's loaded there. So let's see how to remove an ad now. Go to Settings and then click on Connection and Sharing. Now go to Private DNS. So this is a feature from Android 9 onwards. So here in Private DNS, set a private DNS. Okay, click Private DNS host provider host name. You can set an ad blocking DNS here. Alright, this is asking permissions for the keyboard. It's face emoji keyboard. Maybe we'll have to take a look at the keyboard. I'd rather take this keyboard away and replace it with something like a Gboard at least. Anyway, let's add the ad blocker. Okay, this is the ad blocker, AdGuard's private DNS name. So this should work pretty much safe. So now if we go back to the previous Chrome window and then the ads shouldn't load. If you see, those are not loaded. This should be helping you with a lesser load time and a lesser data usage. So that's almost about the starting up with an MIUI phone. So this should be pretty much helpful to get started. Xiaomi has been extremely specific about showing ads on every app on lock screens. So if you see recommendations in any MI app, just turn it off. And also in the opening boot up screen, if you see the permissions for location, for data usage, for usage feedback, anything you see, just turn them off. So that's all about the tips and the initial configurations on the MI operating system. This should help you get started. Now, if I've missed something, or is there something you do differently, do let me know in the comments below. I have briefly shown how to do an ad blocking in this phone. So there the private DNS option is directly visible, but in the earlier versions of MIUI it wasn't the case. So in that case, what to do? I have done a separate video. I'll link it somewhere here so you can check that out if you want to do that. That should work for any MI phone. If you like the video, consider subscribing. Again, fantastic things are coming. And that's my time. My name's Lijo and this is Tech and Talk. See you in another video.